When it comes to comic book super teams, two groups stand far above the rest. Marvel's Avengers and DC's Justice League are the best of the best. Each squad has its own strengths and weaknesses, but if the two teams ever did battle, who would come out victorious? There's a lot of factors to consider when determining who would win in a fight between the Avengers and Justice League with the team's various skills, powers, and strengths. It's made all the more complex by the fact both teams have had so many iterations and spin-offs. Considering how many different versions of each group there is, this discussion will stick to the core groups. It's important to note the super groups have faced off before. In 2003's crossover series JLA/Avengers by Kurt Busiek and George Perez. However, the battle was mostly even before the teams decided to work together. When it comes to a full-on brawl, we have to dig deeper. From a pure strength perspective, the scale tips quite favorably to the Justice League. DC's roster has arguably the most powerful superhero with Superman. Armed with super strength, heat vision, freeze breath, and invulnerability, Supes is tough to take down. DC also features Wonder Woman, who possesses a similar skill set. The Avengers Hulk and Thor are definitely heavy hitters, with both having exceptional strength, but compared to their DC counterparts, it would be tough to see them come out with a win. The most reliable Justice Leaguers are all insanely powerful, and yes, I'm talking about the Man of Steel. While Superman's power level fluctuates, he's faster than the speed of light, and can move the planet when he needs to. Wonder Woman is weaker, but not by much. The Flash's Speed Force powers make him basically unstoppable for any non-speedster. Green Lantern's ring can do anything he can imagine, and that's not even counting the B-listers. The League is way more powerful than the Avengers in general. Some Justice League members are weak compared to others. Heroes without superpowers or lower levels are pretty common on both the Avengers and the Justice League. But the League's weaker members are much better. For example, there's Batman, who is the best tactician in the DC universe and has weapons that would make Iron Man blush. While the Justice League might have the advantage when it comes to natural powers, the Avengers are savvier when it comes to developing technology for their heroes. Iron Man's technology turns a normal man into a powerful opponent, and there are Marvel characters who are even smarter. Black Panther and Wakanda have been instrumental in creating and developing new tech for heroes and the improvement of the world. Hank Pym is also a genius-level inventor whose scientific work has shaped Marvel's universe in a big way. Bruce Banner is no slouch either in the brains department. DC's heroes more rely on abilities derived from birth or gifted to them later in life. Batman is rich and is a masterclass detective, but when it comes to creating new tech, Iron Man is leaps and bounds ahead. Bruce Wayne needs Lucius Fox, Tony Stark just needs his brain. Batman does have an advantage when it comes to planning and tactical assaults, however. When taking a look at the expanded rosters of the Avengers and Marvel, there is little competition. That's not to say Marvel's expanded roster is powerless. Characters like Silver Surfer, Sentry, Captain Marvel, and Hercules are uber-powered and can pack a wallop. However, DC's expanded roster features everything from gods like Mr. Miracle, Orion, and the New Gods, to powerful sorcerers like Dr. Fate and Zatanna, and thousands of lanterns from the Green Lantern's Corps. From a quantity of heroes perspective, the Justice League dwarfs the Avengers. The JLA's deep roster would give them a victory. With heavier hitters, a more calculated approach, and an expanded roster that seemingly never ends of incredibly powered heroes, the Justice League would beat the Avengers in a fight. The Avengers would definitely put up a good tussle, but with Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman leading the charge, it would be tough for them to overcome the skill set of the JLA. The Avengers have been around longer, have more experience, and a larger lineup, though they have lost to a villain before.
With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers. They would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
The Justice League has some of the fastest, strongest, smartest, and wealthiest heroes, and of course, has a Superman. However, they are a newer team and don't work as well together. But still, I think that the Avengers have room to take the JLA. Their experience in combat and their unique ability to work together are valuable weapons. And yes, while the Justice League do have some pretty powerful players, the Avengers have a counter for almost anything the League can throw at them. Superman is powerful, yes, but as Lex Luthor has shown, if you have the money and the big corporation, sound Tony Stark, you can get your hands on kryptonite. Because this is the DCEU, even with prep time, Batman is ineffective. Sure, he has guns, but one tank missile from Stark and the Batmobile is blown sky high. Wonder Woman is a goddess. That would be the end of story, but do you know who else is a god? Thor, and with his new Stormbreaker axe, he can take her. The main concern for the Avengers is getting speed blitzed, but Vision could run the numbers and stop Flash or Superman with a blow. Then Scarlet Witch could hold them while Thor and Hulk pound them to a crisp. If Aquaman summoned a large wave, Wanda would stop it. And if Thor summoned a blast of lightning, well, yeah. Cyborg could hack Stark's house party protocol, but then Wanda would just crush them. And let's not forget that the Scarlet Witch can essentially rewrite reality with a thought. She also controls chaos magic, which would give everyone on the JL a hard time because of its nature. And given that one of Superman's main vulnerabilities is magic, this could be one of the most potent ways of getting the Man of Steel out of the equation.